Hello and welcome to Tae Kwon Do Training. I'll be instructor for today's show, Bob Lemire. What we want to do on today's show is very easy. We're going to start off with some basic blocks, and then we're going to try to work on some speed. All right, and it's very basic blocks. You'll see. And what we're going to do is just one at a time, add another move, and then show you how to get some speed out of it. Speed, number one thing you need in martial arts, because you want to kick your opponent before or hit your opponent before you get hit. All right, so you have to work on speed. It just doesn't come. And we call it muscle memory. The more you do an exercise, the easier it is, and the more your muscles are ready to go at a faster pace, and your body's relaxed. That's one thing you want to remember is a relaxed body. Right? If you tense your body up and try to put speed, you can't do it. You're fighting yourself. So everything has to be moving at a nice, fluid motion. All right, we'll start right now. What we're going to do is say a right fighting stance. All right. Again, and fighting stance. I show you the fighting stance every week. We're walking. All right, you're walking. There you go. You're in your fighting stance. All right. Just maybe a little wider, or just something to move around. All right. There's your fighting stance. All right. You don't want to do this. You don't want to do that. All right. This is a back stance. All right. This is a forward stance. You really don't, you can fight in the back stance. Forward stance is a tough stance to fight, but it's a good balancing tool to work with. But we're not fighting stance. All right, I'm going to stay in a right fighting stance. All right, so I'm a righty. So, we try to balance right and left for power, so that we have a balance of power on our right and our left. One's not so dominant. But if you're a righty, you're always going to have that power on your right. If you're a lefty, same. Some people are ambidextrous, but I'm a righty. So what I'm going to do is, say I set up in a right fighting stance. All right. Somebody's going to throw a punch. All right. This is a palm block. All right. Palm blocks are so easy to do. All right. And you don't have to put much power. It's almost like a direction. All right? You're not hurting the person, but you're directing the block. You're directing the block, all right, whether it's to the side, the punch, excuse me. You're directing the punch to either the side or down, so that you can either do another block or do an attack. All right, so you're just standing here, you're here, bah, bah, all right? Bah. Now, in the beginning, you're going to do this without any hip jog, all right? But then as you get going, bah, now, we're not going to go way over, all right? We're not going to stop short. You're going to go past your head to get the block, and that'll be good, all right? We try to do any excess motion or extra motion so that we don't have to get tired, or we're not going to lose time, all right? And we can follow up, all right? So you're here, right? All right. Now, that's easy enough. That's a palm block. See my hip jog? I hip. My thumb pressed against my hand, my fingers slightly bent, my middle finger, and everything else follows. It's like your knife hand, all right, or your knife hand block, but you're hitting with your palm, all right. I always liked this when I would box, nice little pa pa, all right, and it just directs your opponent's attack into another direction. You're here, all right, and do right and left. Notice I'm here, and I'm just giving it a little snap. Right? Now, we're here. Wow, wow. Right? Palm block here. He throws another punch. I come down here. All right? All right? Palm block. 1, 2. Right. Now you practice that with speed. All right? Moving around. All right? Moving around, trying to keep your knees, everything, okay, nice and easy. Now, I could do 1, 2, all right, 1, 2, but my second one I want to direct down. So as they punch and I direct it down, this is what happens. I'm pushing them down. They're coming in with that punch. It's jerking them forward. So I'm getting that little forward motion from them, my opponent, so that when I throw my punch, between my motion and their motion, I added it up a little, all right? So it's pretty good, all right? 1, 2. Notice after I after I do the palm block down, look at my hand. I'm always trying to keep my hands. As one hand does something, right, the other hand gets ready for an attack. All right? It's not like I'm going to go and just let it drop. All right, let your hand drop. Your hands are always here to do the blocking. All right? All right? Your hands are here to do the block. All right? See how that flows? It's got a flow to it, and that's how you pick up speed. All right? All right? Pa, 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 pa. All right? 1, 2. All right, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. All right? 1, 2. Flow, flow, boom, boom, boom. See that? That's how you get your body to flow into the hip jog. All right. Now, if I didn't do my hip jog, all right, you see how awkward that looks. It's hard for me to do. All right. It's hard for me to do it on my hip jog because I'm so used to doing my hip jog. So it is. So it's 1, 2, 3. And that's your hip going into it. All right? So, see how I bring this hand back up? All right? Ba, ba, ba. Right cross. I can keep going with other punches or whatever after, but you want to practice that and pick up speed on that. So that you're in the mirror or with a partner with pads. All right? I blocked my face and came down a little further, down, and maybe even midsection. Right? Now, look at the position I'm in, all right? I'm ready to throw a kick now. So I'm practicing when I practice, so I'm always practicing to get my body flowing in a direction for the next move, whether it's a kick, block, or a punch or an attack. And that you're not going opposite, all right? So if I went 1, 2, 3, then I want to throw a kick with your front leg. I'm going in the opposite direction, and I'm not going in a direction where my body's already going. And so I'm not fighting myself. I'm giving myself some speed to get to that kick, all right? So we're here, all right? So they're moving around, all right? They throw a punch, I punch, front round kick, all right? Great thing about that is they threw a punch, all right? They threw a punch, I blocked again. Now as I come up here, they might bring their hands up here, then I kick them midsection, all right? I can kick low, mid, high, and do whatever I want, but you're always looking for their where their hands are. So you're not kicking their elbows or their arms. You want to get those ribs. You want to get the midsection, you know? If their arms come down, right? 1, 2, 3. If their arms come down, you go up high section to the face. You know, as I'm saying, unless you're at a tournament or you're against other martial artists, most of the time you're going to be fighting people who have not a clue what they're doing. And if they're not blocking or they don't have their hands in the right spot, and you've been practicing, they're open everywhere. And I don't care how big they are or how small they are. If their hands are all over the place, you're like, wow, you know, I can do whatever I want. Why don't you just put a big bullseye on the middle of your face? Because they're not here. And if your hands are here, all right, you know, and I remember boxes. I always loved boxing. I boxed myself when I was younger a little. And good boxes, or boxes way back in the day, they'd come in. Boom, boom. Then all of a sudden, you have the Muhammad Ali's, and you had a lot of your younger guys coming in, Sugar Ray Leonard, and they'd come in, and they're doing this, they're getting fancy. That's for ratings, and that's just to show their opponent, I'm much faster than you, and I don't even have to follow the rules. But then you get guys coming in, like Mike Tyson, all right? He comes in like this, and he's just you're gonna have to go through those big arms to hit his head, right? Hit him over on the arms, he don't care. He's coming in like this because he knows. He gets hit in the head a couple of times too much, going down, all right? So you want to protect your head. This is the computer part of your body right here. Right? The computer goes down, you're going down. Hands up. All right. All right. Pa 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 pa. All right. That's pretty easy. Start off slow. All right. In the mirror. See how I can pick up speed? The more you do it, the faster you're going to get. And then you throw any kick you want. I'm not making kicks seem like they're easy, but they are, especially if they're midsection and you've been practicing. And, you know, I like the flashy high kicks and stuff, Tae Kwon Do and the jump kicks. Midsection is just as important, maybe even more, because it's easier and faster. All right? All right, let's go. Let's do another block. All right? Say someone's coming down and they're going to grab you by the neck. All right? We can either do double inner forearm block to the outside. Here's your inner forearm. Here's your outer forearm. All right? Inner is inside your body. See, in. Outer is out here. All right? Nice tight fist. You can use your fist all the way down right to your forearm for the block. All right? When you hit your opponent's their hand coming in, it hurts them. All right? You might get a little tingle or something, but as they're coming in, if you hit them right in the wrist, the right spot, you're going to snap that wrist. All right? And that's where your hip joint comes in. All right? So what we're going to do is, and here's your outer forearm inward, and here's your inner forearm outward. Now, so somebody's grabbing you by the neck. You're going to come up. You're going to come up this way. All right? You're going to try to break the block. All right? If you break the block and they throw a punch, come here. All right? So, all right? One. All right? You're breaking the block. And if you're not breaking the block, that's fine. You can still block here in case they want to throw a kick. One snap. All right? You can come outside this way. All right? Inner forearm this way or outer forearm this way. All right? You practice both. One might be stronger for you than the other. I practice both, and they both feel as strong. But some people feel, I like the outer forearm. But what you're doing is getting underneath. They're grabbing you here. They're leaving this open here. Or they get you by the throat, or they're coming in like, When they do that, you bring your hands up here. Then you try to do another block that they might be doing some kind of punch or something after, because, you know, you've already blocked their grab. Right? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. See how I went low that time? Practice mid, low, high. So you can save your solar plex, your groin area, your throat, your philtrum, your face. You really want to practice when someone's coming in straight how easy it is to block. Because as I say, they're probably not people who are trained. If they're attacking you, they're probably not someone who's out there training hard. Right? They probably just want your money, or they want something. So they're flailing around and they're coming at you like this, straight in. They have no idea on how, once you throw a block, I can counter with that block and they'll knock you right out. All right? And these little moves, when you practice these moves, right? Practice that 10 times in the mirror, and pick up speed as you go along, and practice both sides. All right? 1, 2, 3 with your left. 1, 2, 3 with your right. Watch the muscles that you're using. And if you practice that and you've never done that before, next day you wake up, you're going to go, whoa, it's going to be like doing push-ups, lifting weights for the first time after a long time or never, and your muscles are going to be, whoa. They're going to hurt because they're not used to this type of static movement. That's what we call a lot of these movements, static movements. Right? And the more you do these movements, the more muscle you're going to build. And you know what? You're not going to build a big muscle, but your muscle's going to be firm because they're used to moving. They're used to moving back and forth, back and forth. And in the meantime, you're getting a good workout, you're losing weight, you're burning calories, your cardiovascular, everything's working, and you're learning martial arts. All right? So there's a lot when you're working on martial arts, there's a lot that you're doing and you're learning, all right, to keep your body in shape. And I can't say enough for breathing exercises, breathing in deep through your, your whole body, not just short breaths. Much water. Drink as much water as you possibly can. All right. No soda at all. All right. I love to drink the V8 because there's vitamins in it. A lot of people say, "Oh, there's sodium in it. There's sugar in it." Yeah, I work out so much. I'm not worrying about that, and I drink so much water. But I want the vitamins coming in my body all the time. All right. They give you some good vitamins. Then eat fresh vegetables and fruits every day. Right. You do that, and you're going to get older. We're all getting older, but you're going to stay in shape, and you're going to keep moving, all right? Because your body's fueled with good, and it doesn't mean you can't have some chocolates or chips or whatever. You can always splurge, all right? So try to think of that for your body, saying, "Oh, my body's hurting." You're eating the wrong things. You're drinking the wrong things, all right? And if I can only say one thing about diet soda and soda, it's eating away at your bones and your muscles from the inside out, all right? And you can look up anything you want on your Google and your phone. How bad is soda for us, or how bad is this? And it'll tell you, and read it. They're not making that up. All right, so once again, 1, 2, 3. That's easy. It's an easy workout today. 1, 2, 3. Take any block or 2 blocks, put them together, and make yourself, look at it, I'm just going to make something up right now. I had a high section block, all right? High section block and palm block. All right? High section block. I'm fighting. They're coming down with a knife or a bah, pow, bah, and then they might want to throw a punch. All right? That back fist is always great. I always like that. All right. The back fist to the side of the head, to the whole side here, whether it's the jaw, all right, or it's the eyes or the nose, or the side here, the temple. A lot of damage with a back fist. And take your fist right now. Again, your index finger and your middle finger, those 2 knuckles. Just tap the side of your face as light as possible. All right? You tap your temple. It hurts. And that's why a light tap. If somebody snaps a back fist to hit you in the temple or the nose or the eye, a lot of damage. And it comes to the side. You're not ready. All right? So, right? All right. Block. Now notice 1, 2, 3. All right? Back, forth, back. You want your body to, right? 1, 2, 3. Or 1, 2, 3. You can make, you can have down, here, and here, all right? Or here, down. You mix it up. High section, block, back fist. Anything you do with your right, then you counter with the block with your left, whether it's a low section blocks or a high section, low section, then step in with a back fist to the face. Back fists, I don't know if they do much damage to the body. It hurts somebody, but that's for the whole face area, a good back fist. And again, you want to hit with your index finger and your middle finger, those 2 knuckles. If you hit with the whole hand, you can do it, but this is so weak, your baby finger and your ring finger, that it could cave in if you hit wrong. Then you could break those, or you could break those 2 knuckles. All right, so this right there in the front, and you can see mine build up. They build up from years and years of hitting boards and stuff, always with the 2 knuckles. All right, the back knuckles are nothing like the front 2. All right, and any of these exercises that you do, you can come around, you can do any kind of kicks as your final kick. Or, all right, 1, 2, 3, 4, all right, then come back with another one. All right? I'm just making it up as I'm going along because I know, 1, 2, 3, front round. I know from here I can step in and do a back fist because I'm in that position. So if you practice this type of exercises and 1, 2, 3, 4, you'll always be able to put another move in as long as you're in a good stance, good balance, hands and your feet are in a position. Now, if you're doing a block and a back fist, and your feet are all, in a bad position, all right, or no stance at all, or too close together this way, you're going to topple. You're not going to be able to move. Balance on the fighting stance is key, all right? Always keep, all right, shoulder width apart, very slight here. Look at, all right, the hinges of my ankles, right, and my knees, and my hips, everything's staying loose, always loose, so that I can move back and forth, or I can take an attack and keep my balance, all right? And that's because gravity wants to, the minute you don't, you go to the side, gravity wants to pull you even more. That's why you fall over, all right? So if you work on balance, all right, and there's even exercises to work on balance, all right? But if you work on a fighting stance all the time and stay in that fighting stance and try different moves, right? The Muhammad Ali shuffle, you're going to keep your balance. You're not going to fall. If you're fighting like this, you're in a horse riding stance. You're going to get pushed over. You're going to get kicked over. You have to be able to go with the flow here. And once you move your foot, go right back and make sure you're staying in that. It's a tripod, all right? It's a balance, all right? Forward, back, all right? Side, all right? I throw a lot of different things in it, and the thing is I'll keep throwing the same type of things weekly. And I don't want to brainwash you, but once it goes in, you go, I remember that. And if you practice it in a mirror or with your friends, you can see what you're getting out of it. You can see the balance, and you feel the balance after a while. This balance isn't just going to stop at the martial arts. This balance is going to go into any other sport you want to do. Whether you're playing soccer, you're playing basketball, you're going to be in these same stances. Whether you box, whether you're bowling, you have the same type of stance for your balance, all right? When you first start any sport, baseball, football, soccer, your balance is all over the place. You're walking around and there's nothing there. Once you start practicing, you start going, the years go by. Now you're moving. You know exactly how your feet will react for a speed and for a balance to either kick a ball or whatever you're going to do. So it's practice and more practice. But as I say, when you practice these moves, right? You practice these moves. You keep doing this. I'm moving every part. Everything's moving. That's what great Tae Kwon Do. You move. It's like ballet. You're moving every bone, every muscle, and you're learning how to control a punch, how to control a block. All right. And people watch shadow boxing and go, look at a guy in the ring. He's shadow boxing. Why does he do that? Constantly trying to keep balance, trying to keep his body moving so that his body understands his muscle memory when he gets in the ring, all right? Without an opponent, and if you stay in front of a mirror or without a mirror, just looking at the wall, set your clock, your watch, or your timer for a minute. Do some blocks and moves for 1 minute. Watch how tired you get. And you set that, and then next week you try to do 2 minutes. Or a couple of rounds, 2 minutes, and 3. You're going to, unbelievable workout, just like if you were running outside, long distance and fast. And if you keep doing it and you're picking up speed, you're always still going to get a little tired. Your body's going to get better. It's going to get, you're going to get in better shape. But you're going to get tired because I tell my students, never be complacent with the speed that you have. If you say, oh, my speed's great, it's going to stay there. And if this is your speed for 1,000,000 years, this is the speed that you're going to get. You have to build the muscle for the speed, all right? And you will get fast. You'll get really fast without the soreness. The soreness, the first couple of weeks, as you're doing certain exercises like this, oh, man, it'll go away. But what happens is your workouts will increase. And My grandmaster, Mu Young Lee, years ago would say, after a workout the next day, he goes, "You sore today?" "No, I feel great." "Oh, you didn't work out well. You didn't work out hard enough yesterday." Uh-oh. You didn't say that too many times. You say, "Oh, yeah, I'm very sore, very sore." But if you're not sore, you probably didn't push your limit. You always want to try to give it that little more. And when you do, you're going to pick up speed and you're going to pick up power. You're going to pick up balance. There's so many things happening the more you do any kind of exercise. And I'm saying martial arts or anything. Any kind of workout, any kind of training, any kind of sport, the more you do, and music, anything. It's hard in the beginning. You go, "Oh, I'm frustrated." Stay with it. Stay with it. And you know, even youngsters, you know, 4 and 5, you don't want to burn them out. But let them have a little fun with a kick, or let them have a little fun, you know, strumming a guitar. They don't have to play, but they just have to, wow, this is something. And you never know, you know, you've seen young kids be able to play. Some people have a motivation and a gift where they want to practice, and they do. So try to instill that into your children. And if you do any of my shows, please make sure that they keep distance with each other, because I know everyone wants to come close to their opponent. Watch how close I come to your face. Well, it never fails. Sometimes you get a little too close and you hit them. You don't want to be hitting each other when you want to train, okay? That's just common sense. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's show. And as I say, it was a very easy show, just a couple of different techniques. Practice those. And you could be, you know, up in age and meet in the mirror, all right? All right, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Well, just practice something like this. All right, and then pick up a little speed if you can. All right, you'll be amazed, and you'll have some fun showing your friends. Watch these blocks. Okay, that's all the time we had tonight. I hope you enjoyed the show. Till next time, train hard, have fun.